hey, they're beautiful.
Yes.
The one listening right now, probably with your earbuds in, may be lying on your bed or sipping your coffee with that curious little smirk on your face. Let me start by saying this. I appreciate you being here. I know you could be anywhere right now doing anything else, but you've chosen to spend the next few minutes with me, and I don't take that lightly, so thank you. Now, let's talk about something that most men won't ever talk to you about, at least not directly. But I will, because I believe you deserve the truth, not just about what men do, but what they think. And today, we're diving into one of the most underrated, unspoken, yet completely fascinating topics when it comes to relationships, intimacy, and how men really feel about you. Let's call it like it is, boobs. Now, before your eyes roll or you assume this is going to be immature, stay with me. Because this isn't about objectification. It's not about making things crude or disrespectful. In fact, it's the opposite. What I want to share with you are the secret, often adorable, sometimes emotional, and yes, occasionally cheeky, things guys really want to do with your boobs, but never actually say. You see, we live in a world where everyone pretends to be so cool. Men pretend not to care. Women pretend they don't notice. And in all of that pretending, the truth gets lost. But here's the real truth. When a guy truly cares about a woman, he doesn't just admire her boobs like some disconnected body part. He loves them in the context of her. He wants to be close. He wants to feel safe. He wants to give comfort and sometimes get it too. And yet he never says it. Why? Because society tells him that talking about it makes him shallow. But I'm here to tell you, those thoughts are not shallow. They're emotional. They're instinctive. And they actually say a lot about how connected he feels to you. So whether you're in a relationship, dating someone new, or simply curious about how men really think, this conversation is going to open your eyes, make you smile, and maybe even help you understand him better than he understands himself. Ready to dive in? Let's talk about the 6 things guys secretly want to do with your boobs, but won't ever admit out loud. And trust me, by the end of this, you won't just be thinking about his thoughts. You'll be feeling a lot more confident in your own skin too. Let's begin. He won't say it, but one of the sweetest, most underrated things a guy secretly wants to do with your boobs is simply cuddle with them like a pillow. No agenda, no rush, no expectations. Just being close, laying there, feeling that warmth, that softness, that sense of safety that your body gives him in a way no words can. You see, most men won't openly admit this, but the emotional bond they feel when they're physically close to you isn't just about arousal, it's about peace. In a world where men are constantly told to be strong, to hold it together, to not show weakness, there's something profoundly comforting about resting his head on your chest. It's a moment when he doesn't have to perform, doesn't have to impress, doesn't have to be the man. He just gets to be. And that feeling, it's rare, it's beautiful. And it's something he craves more than he knows how to say. When he wraps his arms around you and rests his head on your chest, he's not just cuddling, he's grounding himself. It might seem like a small thing, but it's actually deeply emotional. Your heartbeat, the way your breathing slows, the warmth of your skin, it all creates a sensory experience that makes him feel like he belongs, like he's home. And here's the part most women don't realize for many men. This is one of the few places in the world where they feel completely disarmed, emotionally open, and truly safe. They might joke about it, call it their boob pillow, or act like it's just something silly. But behind the humor is a deep truth. He needs that closeness, not just physically, but emotionally. Because when a man lays his head on your chest, he's saying, this is where I feel calm. This is where I let go. And in that moment, he's not thinking about the stress of work, the pressure of expectations, or the constant race of daily life. He's thinking about you. He's absorbing your scent, your touch, your presence. And more than anything, he's hoping that you'll let him stay there just a little longer. The world outside might ask him to be strong, to lead, to fix things. But in that quiet moment with you, all he wants is to be held, to feel like someone has him for once. And that kind of intimacy, it's rare, it's sacred. It's the kind of connection that doesn't need grand gestures or dramatic words. It just needs 2 people close with nothing between them but trust. So the next time he lays his head on your chest and lets out that deep sigh, know this, you've just given him something powerful. You've given him a moment where he feels loved, safe, completely himself. And trust me, he'll never forget how that made him feel. Even if he never says a word about it, he might never say it out loud. But one thing a guy secretly loves and often fantasizes about is standing in front of a mirror with you, both of you bare, vulnerable and real, just admiring your body together, especially your boobs, in a way that's both playful and reverent. Now, this isn't about vanity or superficial lust, it's about awe. When a man is truly into you, he doesn't just look at your body the way the world does. He sees it through the lens of affection, admiration, and deep emotional connection. And your boobs, they're a part of that story. They represent femininity, intimacy, softness, everything that pulls him closer, not just physically, but emotionally. When you both stand in front of the mirror, he doesn't just see a body, he sees you, and he sees you seeing yourself. That's powerful, because he wants you to see what he sees. He wants you to notice how your curves make his heart race, how your softness brings him comfort, and how your natural beauty doesn't need filters, angles, or adjustments. He wants you to feel the confidence that your body naturally holds. Even if you sometimes doubt it yourself, there's something incredibly intimate about that shared moment, looking at you, watching your reflection, being part of that space where you're unguarded. He may not say, let's go admire your body in the mirror, because let's be honest, it sounds awkward. But inside, he's craving that moment where you stand in front of him, maybe wrapped in just a towel or wearing nothing at all, and you don't hide. You don't flinch, you don't rush to cover yourself. You just let him see, and in that seeing, something beautiful happens. He connects with you on a deeper level, not just the physical you, but the real you, the one who's bold enough to show up, skin and soul. And when he looks at your boobs in that moment, it's not about possession or desire alone, it's about appreciation. He notices the shape, the movement, the way they rest so naturally on your chest when you breathe. He's memorizing every detail, not to compare or judge, but to cherish. He might smile or touch them gently, or wrap his arms around you from behind, resting his chin on your shoulder as you both look into that mirror. It's quiet, it's subtle, but it's intensely loving. That mirror moment for him is about shared vulnerability. It's about him saying without words, I love what I see, I love who I see, and he hopes deep down that you see it too. So the next time he lingers in front of the mirror while you get dressed or catches a glimpse of you changing and doesn't look away, understand this, he's not objectifying you. He's adoring you. He's wishing he could pause time just to stay in that beautiful, honest reflection with the woman who takes his breath away. Without even trying, he may act casual about it. Deep down, one of the most tender things a guy secretly wants to do with your boobs is kiss them gently, not with the goal of turning it into sex, not as a shortcut to arousal, simply to show affection, to express emotion in a way that words can't. For him, it's not always about heat or intensity, it's about intimacy. In those quiet, peaceful moments, maybe when you're lying together in bed, your body's tangled beneath the sheets or resting on the couch after a long day, he wants to lean in and place soft, lingering kisses on your chest, not to initiate something, but to connect. It's his way of saying, I see you, I love you, I'm here. He might not admit it because, let's be honest, we live in a world that often trains men to believe that physical touch has to lead somewhere. But the truth is, when a man deeply cares for you, his desire to touch isn't always about escalation, it's about appreciation. Your boobs to him aren't just a sexual body part, they're a source of comfort, warmth, and closeness. He finds calm in the curve of your body, in the rhythm of your breathing, in the softness of your skin under his lips. That kiss, that simple gesture is a moment of stillness. It's a sacred pause in the chaos of everyday life. And in that pause, he gets to show love in one of the most sincere, unspoken ways he knows how. You might not even notice the depth of the moment when it happens. It might feel like a casual, passing touch, but to him, it means everything. It means trust. It means safety. Realize that it means that you let him get close to a part of you that's vulnerable and beautiful. And in return, he's offering a kind of reverence that goes far beyond attraction. It's almost instinctive, the way he lowers his voice, slows his movements, and softens his energy when he's close to your chest. He's not rushing. He's not forcing. He's simply being present. And that presence is what makes the moment intimate, powerful, and deeply personal. In a world that's so fast, so noisy, so transactional, this kind of gentle, intentional touch stands out. It matters because in that moment, he's not thinking about anyone else. He's not distracted. He's not calculating. He's focused entirely on you. And when he kisses your boobs softly, without expecting anything in return, he's expressing a kind of love that's pure, physical, and wordless. It's his way of grounding himself in the reality that he gets to be close to you. that he gets to experience you in a way that no one else does. And even if he never says it, those small kisses carry a huge message. You mean more to me than you'll ever know.
Yeah.
He may laugh, flirt, or play it off with a cheeky grin. But one thing a guy secretly loves to do with your boobs, especially when the chemistry is high and the connection is strong, is use them as a playful, teasing point during intimacy. Not just for his own pleasure, but to watch you come alive. You see, for a guy who truly cares about you, physical connection isn't just about friction or mechanics. It's about interaction. It's about the dance, the reaction, the shared energy that turns simple touch into deep emotional exchange. Your boobs, in those moments that they're, become a playground of sensation, not because he's fixated on them, but because he knows they're one of the ways he can tune into you. He notices how your breath changes, how your body shifts, how your eyes close just a little when he runs his hands or lips over your skin, and that gives him feedback. It tells him he's connecting with you in a way that's real, powerful, and mutual, and that's everything to him. Men love to feel competent in intimacy, not just physically, but emotionally. When he teases when he takes his time, when he pauses and lets the tension build around your chest, it's not about control. It's about giving you the space to feel wanted, worshipped, and completely in tune with your own pleasure. He might whisper something in your ear. He might trail kisses along your collarbone before he even gets close. And when he finally touches you they realize they're there. It's not rushed, it's tensional. He's watching you, not just looking at your body, but reading it, learning what makes you melt and what makes you giggle. Because playfulness isn't just about fun. It's a form of closeness. It's where desire and affection meet. It's the way he says, I know your body. I respect it. But I also want to explore it with joy. And that joy, it's magnetic. It makes the moment feel light and alive instead of heavy or routine. It also shows that he's not just doing what he thinks he's supposed to do. He's listening to you, adjusting in real time, enjoying every second, not because it gets him somewhere there, but because he's already there with you in that moment, fully engaged. And when he teases you like that, especially when he uses your boobs to slowly build the heat, it's his way of saying, I care about your pleasure more than my own. It's a sign of maturity, of patience, of confidence. And whether he's using a gentle touch, a playful squeeze, or a slow kiss, what he's really doing is building trust. He wants you to let go. He wants you to laugh. He wants you to feel so safe and desired that your whole body relaxes into his there. And at the heart of that teasing is not just lust. It's love, expressed in one of the most physical, present, and honest ways a man can show it. He'll never admit it outright, and you might even notice it happening, but one of the most surprising things a guy secretly wants to do with your boobs is protect them. Yes, seriously, it might sound funny or unexpected, but once a man truly cares about you, once he feels emotionally connected and invested, he starts seeing your body not just as something beautiful, but as something precious there. And with that sense of closeness comes an almost instinctive desire to shield, to guard, to take care of what he now sees as an extension of the woman he loves. When he sees you adjusting your top in public, he wants to help cover you subtly, not because he's ashamed or jealous, but because he respects you. When it's cold and you're shivering, he's quick to offer his jacket, not just because it's romantic, but because part of him is worried that you're uncomfortable, especially if he knows the area of your body is more sensitive. He notices when you cross your arms, when you pull your cardigan closer, when you're feeling self-conscious in a tight top, and without saying a word, he'd hish himself beside you or in front of you, just to give you the extra layer of security. That's the part most people miss. He doesn't see your boobs as something to flaunt, to show off, or even to obsess over. He sees them as part of you, a woman he adores, respects, and wants to make feel safe. This protective instinct isn't about possession, it's about care. He knows the world can be intrusive, that strangers can stare, that some people may make you feel exposed or vulnerable. And while he can't change that reality, what he can do is be your shield. Not in an overbearing way, but in those small, supple actions that say, I've got you. Whether it's shifting his position at a party, walking on the outside of the sidewalk or playfully pulling your shirt back up during a cuddle session, he's tuned in, he's aware, and above all, he cares. This behavior may show up in silly moments too, like when you play fighting and he suddenly says, hey, watch it, don't hurt those, with a mock serious tone. You might laugh, there's truth beneath it. He genuinely wants to protect something he treasures, something that's delicate, something that to him represents warmth, closeness, and vulnerability. It's a kind of quiet, emotional guardianship that reveals just how deep his affection goes. Because for him, realize that their loving isn't just about physical closeness, it's about making you feel emotionally safe, seen, and valued in every way. So the next time he hands you his hoodie, that gently pulls your blanket higher or position himself to block someone's view, know this, he's not being overprotective. He's loving you the best way he knows how, by making sure you never feel unguarded in a world that too often tries to overexpose what should be cherished. He might never confess it with words, but one of the things a guy secretly loves to do, and honestly can't help himself from doing, is simply watching your move. Yes, really, it sounds basic, maybe even a little immature. But to him, it's not just about arousal or fantasy, it's fascination, it's instinctual, it's almost mesmerizing. The way they move when you walk, shift when you laugh, realize they bounce slightly when you stretch your arms. He notices all of it, and not in a creepy or disrespectful way, but with the kind of quiet, their awestruck attention that he might give to a sunset or a piece of art he can't look away from. There's something so natural and real about the movement of your body. Something that feels alive, warm, unpredictable. And it completely pulls him in. He'll pretend not to notice. He'll keep his eyes on your face like he's behaving. But trust me, his peripheral vision is working over time. They're not because he's trying to be pervy, but because genuinely he finds you captivating. Men are visual creatures. Yes, we know that, but what's often understood is that their visual attraction isn't always rooted in lust. Sometimes it's just pure wonder. The softness, the curve, the effortless sway. It's a reminder of your femininity, your aliveness, and your uniqueness. He doesn't compare you to anyone else. He doesn't judge. He doesn't calculate. He just watches and feels lucky to witness it. And when he does glance, it's not just about excitement, it's also comfort, because the way your body moves reminds him that you're real, that you're present, that you're not some filtered image online or an airbrushed model in a magazine. You're you, and that authenticity drives him crazy in the best way. There are moments he'll store away in his mind. The way your boobs gently bounce when you're walking toward him in a relaxed t-shirt, the way they shift slightly when you reach for something. Realize that they're the soft shape they make under a blanket when you're lying beside him. These images aren't stored like trophies. They're kept like memories, like small personal treasures that make him smile randomly during the day. He might not say it, but those are the moments that make him feel closest to you. Realize that they're because even though he can't always touch, even though he doesn't always comment, he's silently appreciating you in a way that's deeply personal. So the next time you catch him looking and he quickly looks away, don't roll your eyes or assume he's being a typical guy. Understand that behind that glance is 100 unspoken thoughts. She's beautiful. I'm lucky. How does she not know what that does to me? And maybe, just maybe, he's also thinking, I hope she never changes how naturally confident she is. Because the truth is, while he may secretly love watching the way your boobs move, what he really loves most is you there. Exactly as you are, in motion, in softness, in confidence, and in all the ways you don't even realize make you magnetic. So now that you've heard it all, the cuddling, the admiration, realize that they're the gentle kisses, the teasing, the protection, and yes, even the fascination, maybe you're realizing something important, something deeper than the surface level curiosity of what men think about your body. The truth is, when a man truly cares for you, when he's emotionally invested, your boobs aren't just a physical feature to him. They become more something tied to emotion, safety, attraction, connection, vulnerability, and comfort. And all those little things he secretly wants to do. They're not about domination or control or objectification. They're about intimacy, real intimacy. The kind that doesn't always need words, the kind that's spoken through a kiss, a glance, a nuzzle, a sigh. It's the quiet way he says, I love you, without ever opening his mouth. It's the trust he feels when you let him close. It's the gratitude he holds in his heart for being allowed to experience you in your most real, raw, and beautiful state. And know that he might never have the courage to say these things. He might joke, instead play it off with humor, avoid getting too serious about it. But don't let that fool you. Beneath the surface, realize that there's deep emotion behind every touch, his every stare. He's not just seeing your body, he's seeing home, he's seeing peace. He's seeing the woman who makes him feel safe in a world that rarely allows him to drop his guard. That's when he lays his head on your chest after a long day. It's more than comfort, it's release. When he kisses you there softly without trying to take it further, it's more than affection. It's love in its most physical form. Realize that there, when he admires you in the mirror or teases you during foreplay, he's not just trying to be playful, he's celebrating you there. And when he instinctively tries to protect your modesty in public or gazzes at you just a second too long as you move through a room, what you're witnessing is not just desire, it's respect. Realize that there is appreciation, it's quiet adoration. We often talk about love like it's supposed to come with grand gestures, with elaborate speeches, or perfectly timed I love yous. But sometimes love lives in the smallest, most subtle things, in the way he holds you, in the way he covers you when you're cold, there, in the way he slows down time just to feel close to you, skin to skin, heartbeat beat. So yes, while the world might laugh or reduce men to just what they want physically, what most women don't realize is that the physical is often where men express what they can't say out loud. And when a man gets close to you like this, realize that there, especially to a part of you that's so personal and vulnerable, he's not just seeking pleasure, he's seeking presence, he's honoring what's real. There, he's worshiping you in his own quiet way. And sometimes the most beautiful kind of love is the one that doesn't need to speak. It just holds you close and never lets go.